Only in the end do they understand. Everyone, this is Nikachu, Merfolk Master, and Oko Thief of Crowns is taking over every format. Not just standard, not just modern, not just legacy, even vintage. Oko Thief of Crowns is seeing play in basically almost anything that can play blue and green. We're now seeing many archetypes just splash green or blue in order to fit the damn card in it. If you look at the standard Mythic Championship that just happened not too long ago, Oko Thief of Crowns is all over the place in that top 8 because Oko Thief of Crowns is dominating. And they said that Oko Thief of Crowns is like the biggest sleeper in a very long time. It's going to go into the history books. People are saying on Twitter and on Reddit, on Facebook, in the YouTube comments section, oh my god, I can't believe this card is so incredibly OP. No one saw it coming. That's a lie. No. There were 2 people who saw that coming. The first was actually Sam Black, who actually went as far as to say that Oko Thief of Crowns could be the most powerful planeswalker ever printed. And the second person was me. Oh, Nikachu, you're so full of yourself. Why do you keep saying that you're so full of yourself? Well, that's because I called the shots on camera and I got it right. So, I mean, if you saw this channel, you saw how hyped I was for Oko. Oh my god, that was a perfect fit for Simic Merfolk. I mean, it answers so many problematic artifacts that we've had trouble with in a very long time. Our removal isn't very good, so at least turning something into an elk is going to be a great deal. My mind was blown. I mean, I misread the card. I thought turning something into an elk was just until end of turn. And this, but it's permanent? 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 So, this thing completely blew my mind. I'm like, I am pre-ordering my playset. I have to do that. Oko is going to be the most amazing card in Simic Merfolk in an incredibly long time. Looks like an incredibly busted planeswalker. But then the rest of the world was like, oh, this is a 3-mana planeswalker, but whatever. Like, you make an artifact. You turn something into an elk, like, who cares? It's like a Beast Within effect. Who plays with Beast Within? No one plays with Beast Within. It's not a big deal. And I'm sitting here like, but it's every turn, and the artifact, and you can hit any creature, and the exchange. You can exchange the garbage for a creature. Like, I'm flipping out here. Like, every other pro is not impressed with this thing at all. And I'm just losing my mind. I cannot pre-order this thing fast enough. I thought Oko would pre-order for like 40, 50, 60 US dollars. And then when I saw it for like 20 US dollars, 25 Canadian, I snap bought my copies. There was no decision there. And I hope the people who were following me, did I help you snap pre-order your copies? I don't pre-order cards at all. I think this was like the first time I've ever pre-ordered cards. I was so concerned that Oko would like go nuts. But for some reason, no one listened. No one knew, no one understood the potential this damn thing has. And now it's seen play in Simic, in Banned Oko, in Standard. It is seeing play in Urza, in Simic Merfolk, in Banned Stoneblade, in Banned Eldrazi. There was a modern challenge recently that finished. Banned Eldrazi won the damn thing with Oko. Who would have thought that old archetype, all it needed was Oko Thief of Crowns to put it way over the top. Grixis Death Shadow splashing green for Oko. Jund is splashing blue. We might finally see Sultai. And Sultai make a huge comeback. No, there's never a good enough reason to go Sultai. Snapcaster Mage wasn't enough in Modern. But now with Oko Thief of Crowns, everyone is like, we all gotta play Oko. I gotta play Oko. 3 mana planes. We all gotta play Oko. Teferi, Time Reveler, that's all old news. That thing was very annoying, but it's all old news. And now Oko is now the new powerhouse. Everyone's got their eye on. Everyone's going way out of their way to splash for it. That is sheer power. Teferi, Time Reveler never had that influence on Standard, Modern, Legacy, and Vintage. Yes, it is seeing play in Legacy. It just won the Vintage challenge. The first place finish was playing with Oko in their deck. Oh my god. And so everyone who could play it is now running it. It's seeing tons of results in all formats. And now the price has skyrocketed. And I don't even think we have fully understood the potential of this card. Like, I genuinely don't. So, first off, let's analyze what makes it so good. What did everyone miss? So, let's just start with the Elk ability. +1 turn target artifact or creature into a 3/3 Elk. Now, too many people looked at this like Beast Within. Oh, it's just Beast Within. What does it matter? Well, the problem is that when we play with Beast Within, it's 3 mana, and it's not exactly card parity. Your opponent does get that 3/3 Beast. So it doesn't exactly feel like card advantage. However, the effect is still really powerful. It's incredibly powerful. The problem is the cost. 3 mana for a Beast Within, not very impressive. But let me tell you, what if it was 2 mana? Ooh, it's a little bit closer. Probably not there yet. What if it was 1 mana? 1 mana Beast Within. Destroyed someone's land for 1 mana. That's pretty good, isn't it? And that's the thing. People did not judge this thing for the Beast Within effect. They were judging it based on the casting cost of Beast Within. This is a super powerful effect. So for 1 mana, Beast Within would be outright a bomb that would go into every single deck. Oko Thief of Crowns, however, is a Beast Within for potentially 0 mana. The first Beast Within is 3 mana, but the second one is 0. The third one is 0. The fourth one is 0. That's what everyone missed. That's what people did not fully appreciate and understand. Oh, and you're so guaranteed to have that second one. You're so guaranteed to activate it for free by next turn because it's a +1 ability. Why the hell did they make that a +1 ability? It clearly looks like a minus ability. So many other payoff abilities from Planeswalkers are a minus. This one, for some reason, was a plus. It has nowhere to go but up. In many ways, in loyalty and in price. So, so every single turn, you have the ability to get a +1. So the thing is, so for 0 mana, Beast Within is busted. It's just simply busted. It's really hard for any deck to deal with. Think of it this way. Your creatures are supposed to get better and better for the higher casting cost that you cast them for. But with Oko Thief of Crowns, everything you play is garbage. No matter how much mana you spend on a creature, it's just going to be a 3/3 creature. So you better get an incredible ability out of the Enter the Battlefield effect, or it better have haste. Because even if you play a 5/5 flying lifelink, double striking, trample, banana throwing angel, it's just going to be a 3/3 elk next turn. So as your mana scales, you still have the same damn creature. And don't forget, Oko, we tap out just once, and then because you're paying for 0 mana, we still get to use all our mana on our turn to interact with those elks, to play our own creatures, to block them, and do whatever we want to do. You hear all this stuff I'm saying? And we've only gone through 1 ability. We have not even talked about the other 2. We only talked about 1, and that it could just have that 1 ability and it would be completely broken. I'm telling you, That one ability might be enough. But there's 2 other abilities attached. +2, so it goes to 6 loyalty. For a Planeswalker coming out on turn 3, what the hell can kill this thing, like, on turn 3? There are very few board states that can, like, beat a 6 loyalty Planeswalker so early in the game. If you're on the plane, you put this thing on turn 3, what is your opponent going to have? Like, they're going to have nothing. There is nothing they can do to kill this. The loyalty is so high so early in the game. There are other Planeswalkers like Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. It can go up to very high loyalty, but that's by turn 5. So by turn 5, yeah, you could have some board state on the board, an army to deal with that Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. But you're not going to with Oko. You're just not. It's too early in the game. You have nothing to do about this. There are very poor answers to Oko. Probably there's going to have to be some sort of Planeswalker destruction spells that are going to be incorporated in people's decks in order to deal with this thing. So let's talk about +2. You get an artifact that can gain you some life. Undermines burn decks, gives you much more longevity, and again, this is free. 0 mana make these artifacts. So you have the option to keep making these life-gaining artifacts, or you could turn them into elks. So you've got your own army in one creature. The value just keeps coming. And then, of course, you can -5 exchange one of these crappy doorstop artifacts for one of your opponent's more important creatures. So long as the power is not too large, I believe 3 or less. I told you! I told you! And if you're watching this video, it's too late. It's too late. I made the spoiler videos. I even made 2. And now people are just regretting hard that this card is so expensive now. And let me tell you, you haven't seen anything yet. If Sam Black is right, that this is the most powerful Planeswalker ever printed, and as we see, so many archetypes are really going out of their way to splash for it. I remember the prices of Jace the Mind Sculptor at its height. I did. I remember. I'm not trying to push prices here, any people, but like it's the forces are out of my hand. It's already on the way. I'm just wondering, like, what are the chances that they ban this card in Standard? They try really hard not to ban the Planeswalkers. They try really hard. The only time a Planeswalker ever got banned was in... The only time a Planeswalker got banned in Standard, I think, was just Jace the Mind Sculptor, and that was about it. I think that was about it. If this card is more powerful than Jace the Mind Sculptor, could be next. Could go down in history. But that doesn't mean that Oko is going to get banned anywhere else. It's going to stay in Modern. It's going to stay in Legacy. It's going to stay in Vintage. And it most certainly is going to see a lot of play in Pioneer. Better get your Sorcerous Spyglasses ready. There are tools. Like, there are ways of beating this card. I mean, it's not impossible. There's Dreadbore. There's Sorcerous Spyglass. So there are, you can counter it. You can counter it on turn, so Spell Pierce is in the format in Pioneer. So, I mean, there are options on beating it. You can Thought Seize it out of somebody's hand. But once it resolves, good luck. Absolutely good luck. They're going to get value. There's value that you can't deal with. So, I don't know what to say. I tried to warn the world. And there was a lot of naysayers. There were most certainly a lot of naysayers. I would say that for the most part, the Merfolk community were totally on this. They agreed that Oko was the next best thing for Simic Merfolk. They got their copies while the rest of the world slept on it, so thinking, not that special. Artifact, who cares? It's not a big deal. Turn things into elks. They're still going to attack. Well, it's a big deal now. Now the whole world knows how powerful this Planeswalker is, how hard it is in order to deal with, how quickly it gets onto the battlefield. and how much it's now rocking even super powerful formats like Legacy and Vintage. Did you get your Okos? Did you get them in time? Let me know in the comments section below. This has been Nikachu, Merfolk Master, telling you Oko Thief of Crowns is OP.